Eagles, and happy Monday. I'm your host, Viviana Brown.
And I'm your co-host, Haley Escobar.
Seniors, it's time to nominate your classmates for senior superlatives for the yearbook. Go to the El Dorado Yearbook Instagram for a link to the form.
Nominations will close on Wednesday, February 26th, and final voting will begin Thursday, the 27th.
On Wednesday, we have a pre-festival concert from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. in the PAC.
Thespian's main stage production will be on Thursday in the PAC from 6:30 to 8.
Last week, we had 8th grade visit the Nest Night. Let's see how it went.
8th grade night was an event welcoming future Eagles to tour the El Dorado campus. Students and parents were able to ask questions about classes, teachers, credit, and more while walking building to building.
Really worked out. It was a fun time getting to meet the parents to see how excited they were and how excited they were to get their students, their kids involved in the program, and they just really wanted them to have some fun and really learn how to cook and get those life skills.
I think it was a giant success for me personally. It allowed me to showcase my lab and what we do. There was probably about 100 students that came through, so it was very big.
What I appreciated about it is getting to meet that new group of students that's going to be attending El Dorado in the future. Compared to last year, I would say that fewer students came through my specific classroom. We had, CTE had held all of theirs in classrooms as opposed to being down in the main gym where everyone else was. So last year when it was in the gym, I felt like I got exposure to a lot more parents and students that way. But we did have Eagle Ubers, I think they were called, shuttle students up to CTE, so we definitely appreciated that.
Guys,
here's a recap of last week's sports with Enrique.
Here's a recap of last week's top sports highlights. El Dorado boys basketball won their final game of the season at senior night against Capitol with a score of 79-45. Girls basketball regular season also wrapped up with another win against Capitol and a final score of 73-59. Great work closing up the season to both our basketball teams. Congratulations to our wrestling and swim teams who both finished up their seasons this past weekend at their state competitions. For wrestling, Madeline Quintana and Jacob Munoz Andrade placed third overall, and Jonathan Gomez placed fourth. For swimming, Mark Checo took home 2 first-place medals in the 200 freestyle and 100 butterfly. And Elena Busani secured a first-place medal in the 100 butterfly. That's all for today's sports review. Back to you, Haley and Viviana.
thanks, Enrique.
Now for this week's sports.
On Tuesday, there is a softball game at Rio Grande at 3:30 and a baseball game against Rio Grande at 6 p.m.
On Thursday, our softball team plays West Mesa at home at 3:30. Baseball has a home game against Valley at 3:30.
And let's check out this week's weather with Stephanie.
Good morning, Eagles. Let's check out the weather for this week. On Monday, we have a low of 33 degrees and a high of 64 degrees with completely sunny skies. Tuesday, we have a low of 41 and a high of 55 with completely sunny skies. On Wednesday, we have a low of 39 and a high of 59. On Thursday, we have a low of 33 and a high of 58, still continuing with the sunny skies. And on Friday, we have a low of 47 and a high of 67, but there's cloudy skies. All for this week. And that's all for this week. See you next week, Eagles.
Thanks, Stephanie. That's all for this week, Eagles. Have any stories you want us to cover? Reach out to us on Instagram at El Dorado Talon. See you next week.